Privileged to welcome you to the Grade 12 prize giving, where we recognize the achievements of the class of 25. Awards are an external acknowledgement of an internal desire and determination. They provide milestones against which students can measure themselves and reach greater heights. Today we acknowledge and recognize the heights achieved by our matric students as they move towards their future beyond CBT. Greek philosopher Aristotle recognized that to be valuable, wisdom must combine will to do the right thing and the skill to figure out what the right thing is, and then most importantly, to take action after this. Our grade 12s of 2025 have already just demonstrated that they have both the will and the skill to figure out the right thing, and they know that they will act with determination and focus. To our grade 8s and 11s, witnessing our leaders and fellow students receiving awards today gives us all an opportunity to think about what it is to set and reach goals, what it is to be patient if your own time of recognition has not yet come, and what it is we need to focus on to be successful. I urge every student here to consider why and how these awards were attained, and to reflect upon what these achievements really represent. They are actually about determination, struggle, hope, incredibly intense and sustained effort, and trying over and over and over again until you finally reach your goal. And then to the grade 12s. The Greek philosopher Socrates could have been describing your Zageti classroom when he explained that it was essential to develop wisdom through deep thinking and honest debate, and to let the great unexpected disruptors, imagination, spontaneity, and revelation enable us to see the world differently, and most importantly, to change it for the better. This prize giving recognizes your discipline and rigor of hours of hard work and focused commitment. Beyond academics, it recognizes your vibrancy, your imagination, your honest debate, and your sense of purpose. Your achievements, which we acknowledge today, indicate that you have embraced Socrates' maxim, and that you have all you need to change our world for the better. Welcome to you and to everyone who has joined us today in acknowledging and celebrating the wonderful class of 2025. I would now like to call on Dr. Pitt for the academic address. Thank you.
It is my absolute pleasure to address you, matric class of 2025. Because you are my chickens, soon to become eagles, and you're going to start soaring like you've never soared before. Kalimera σας. Απ' σήμερα ξεκινά ένα καινούριο ταξίδι. Ένα ταξίδι γεμάτο ελπίδες, ονείρα και εν τέλει υπόκριση ενός λαμπρού μέλλοντος. But before this journey begins, it's now time for a confession. I love jacarandas. I am the one who drives down a different road on the way to school because it is shrouded in purple passionate perfection. I am the one on the attentive air who watches in awe to see the frou-frou of bell blossoms puff to life. And yes, I am the one when the blossoms carpet the road, drive with the window of my car turned down to hear the popping pods and see the blossoms dance to life. It may seem strange, yes, but this is me. I understand how William Plumer connected humanity and nature in his timeless poem Namaqualand After Rain. Matrics, we explored this magnificent poem together, dissecting metaphors, analysing similes, listening to the rhyme, until nature came alive in our very classrooms. But Plumer was not alone. Another poet, Maria Katrakis, who gave her name posthumously to the Maria Katrakis archives housed at Zageti, evoked the beauty of the jacaranda time in Johannesburg, in particular in Waverley, as a time where streets are paved with mauve and gardens bathed in breathtaking greens of summer's cleansing air. Nature affords us opportunity to reflect on our own experience and this is what I invite you to do today. However, in July to August, a different picture evolves. The jacarandas stand exposed in the harsh Gauteng winter morning. Their branches are bare and brittle. Even the last stubborn fern leaf relinquishes his battle as he floats lifelessly to the ground. The robust trees stretch their gaunt arms, offering comfort to the line of cars carrying their cargo of late school children to school. Even the sun, the busy old fool, cannot beam his magic of purple splendor. The branches appear boundless and bare, and we feel melancholic. Yet, these trees stand tall. They always stand tall, embracing the hardships of winter, of cold winds, and of dry earth. Then the magic appears in the past month. Nature revives again, quickening in action and purpose. The sap re-sweetens the brittle branches, and tiny purple buds appear, holding the promise of a jeweled beauty. And now, right now, as we are sitting here today reflecting on these trees, the bell blossoms are filling with purpose, ready to burst in lyric beauty for 2 months until the end of November, when your exams will end. And if you are fortunate enough to look over Munro Drive or Westcliff Hills, you will see how these strange and beautiful trees punctuate the Johannesburg skyline. And guess what happens? Miracle happens. Johannesburg sighs at dusk. While we claim the jacarandas as our own, they are not indigenous. Their roots sink deeply into the ground, claiming the African soil as theirs, much like many of us who come from different corners of Africa, Europe, and Asia. We too have claimed South Africa as our home, garnering the beauty of the homeland of our ancestors and garnering with South Africa. A person is a person through other people, Desmond Tutu tells us. But jacarandas have a very particular link with you, matric class. While they were brought to South Africa from Brazil in the late 19th century, there are some mythical moments of these splendid trees. For those of you who will go to Wits and Tuks, you will see the trees lining the university avenues. At Wits, the view from the Great Hall and the Wartenweel Library holds a firm view of how splendid these trees are. But they are more than pure aesthetics. Students, yes, you and I was one of them, your teachers, your parents no doubt, were always told the wisdom of the jacaranda. If the jacaranda blooms and you have not started to study, well, the rest will be history. And also, the good news is, if while you're writing exams and you walk under a jacaranda and the blossom falls on you, particularly on your head, worry no further. Your exam will be the vision of your dreams. We are going to be organising tours to Munro Drive starting tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. But I think there is an even further analogy. The resilience of the tree is evident in their ability to sustain harsh winter conditions. If we remember Puma, drawing a correlation between nature and humanity, I think we have a further interesting point. You are the generation, Gen Z, there are no other alphabets after that, who has sustained the most revolutionary changes. Your generation has witnessed and lived technological advancements that far outweigh any previous generation. The smartphone in 2007, Twitter, Instagram has reshaped the way we think about communication and dissemination of news and knowledge. This all happened in your lifetime. Netflix, oh yes, you know about Netflix, in 2007, and of course Spotify, transforming entertainment and streaming. And dear Siri, who pops up unexpectedly, makes all this a lot easier. Cloud computing, data analytics, cryptocurrencies, 3D printing, robotics, AI, and yes, those 3 magical little dots of ChatGPT that becomes every student's dream. But with this, the unethical use of technology, the inauthentic shaping of values conditioned by photograph enhancement, likes and cancel culture has made your generation one that needs to navigate the vortex of advancements with moral responsibility. Added to this, in your generation, COVID cut short your experiences for 2 years. Yet like the jacaranda, you have endured all of these. You don't know it yet, but you are resilient. You are flexible in experiencing and embracing change. But you also yearn for something different. You yearn for human connection, for genuine human connection. You yearn for moral responsibility in a world that sadly has not led by example. So I'm going to share my first impression of you when you stepped into my English class. You arrived in my class in January after the opening assembly, where we celebrated the matric class of 2024 having been ranked as the top IB school. You entered my classroom quietly, looking as fearful as a litter of kittens surrounded by Rottweilers. Your eyes wide, you hardly spoke. I understood the fear that was behind those eyes and tried to encourage you to envisage the journey. March blocks realigned your thinking, and then something happened, just like William Plumer's poem. The jacaranda buds and the branches sap re-sweetened, and the buds started appearing. And now, right now, they are about to puff to life with unruffled energy. I can see it. We, your teachers, can see it. And your school can see it. Now you must see it too. You hold the promise of great things. The jacaranda blossoms are waiting to burst forth. You have watched, you have experienced, and you have endured. At the entrance of the school, Saheti's values adorn a magnificent sundial. Live by them. They warm us, and they will warm the world that you inhabit. Have courage to change what is wrong. Agape binds humanity. Show love and kindness, even when there is none. Respect yourself and others. Value truth above all else, alongside compassion. Ubuntu and Philotimo will make you authentic in an inauthentic world. Will make you modest and humble in a world where the latest designer label defines you. You, matric class of 2025, have great things awaiting you. I can see this potential in all of you. The matric exams will show this. You will enter your university of choice and will not need to walk under a jacaranda in the hope of a falling blossom. Amongst you will be those who will invent what is yet to be invented, who will design what still needs to be created, and will lead with integrity and responsibility. You will show what the core values of our school are, and the values of life and living: courage, agape, respect, truth, compassion, Philotimo, and Ubuntu. As you stand up at the end of this assembly and you sing the school song for the last time, I want you to listen to the words of how in the morning of your life you will continue to look at the sunshine, because the world is new, and the blessing that you will ask is to be brave and strong and true. Good luck, my fearless chickens. Work with resilience and energy. Push as hard as you can, and you will be rewarded with a splendid cascade of success. The jacaranda blossoms are about to burst, and you hold the potential for that. May your examinations afford you the opportunity for wisdom, knowledge, and insight. Go make yourselves proud, because you have already made us proud. Thank you.